Peace and blessings, family. Sister Ajali. I don't know how I'm going to be through all of this because I love Brother Dawa Yisrael. And I was privileged. I can share my video right here. I was privileged and honored to have actually spoken with him one time over the phone for a good and warm amount. And I'm in shock. I had no idea that he had transitioned and at such a vital age of his life, 51. And I thank Sister Lashid for you, who, without you posting it, I would have never known. And the brother died December 21st. And I'm going to share a lot with you, family, even if nobody comes on in. It is what it is. My channel, YouTube, trying to get my earring to go the right way. Um, YouTube doesn't send out notifications for my channel, and that's all on purpose. But I'm always just so, I don't know what to say. So fortified by seeing everywhere I go how many people are aware of my warnings, of the information that I share. And I thank Sister Lashid for mentioning my name in her live covering Brother Dawa's transition. Very much. She didn't have to do that. She's one of the real people out here who, even though I can see she probably doesn't watch, but so many of those shares, still she's aware of it. And I want to address some of the questions that she has she stated in that live that she did, and also comments I've seen around the internet, because I've been going from platform to platform, just seeing what everyone has been asking in as far as the transitioning of Brother Dawa. Now, I want to immediately say that what I've often repeated, because he was a brother who you would figure that's the type that they want to come against Brother Dawa. And greetings to anyone who's coming in right now. Let me actually get the chat room, because that's always you're always so informative in terms of if I'm, you can't hear me, or something's I haven't shared my screen. I'm not sharing it right now, and that I know. Let's see. Oh, this is how I do that. I'll go over here into my home page and go on over to the live. And there it is right there. So I could just be aware through you, family, what's happening. Mute that, and there we go. Pop out the chat. Okay. Greetings, dear Sister Yafa. Ya Yisrael. Shalom, beloved. Forgive me if I sound a little mournful. I don't like having my friends, people I cherish, pass on me, on my watch. I do the best that I can in terms of informing us of what's going on. And once again, I thank Sister Lashid, because she acknowledged what I'm doing. And there was also a person, I don't remember your channel name, but I'd never seen your thumbnail before. And the brother said, all on his own, the radical sister, much love. And I appreciate that. So everywhere I go, even though my channel is relatively now super tiny, I always run into people who know about my warnings. Now, I said it when Fukushima first popped off. I was like, the die-off is going to become inevitable. And unfortunately, I've theorized that we're going to need the die-off in order to take anything that I'm saying seriously. I don't want that. I wouldn't be here doing what I do just ad nauseum with no absolute hint of ever stopping. I've only, with even them taking all my channels, the larger channels down, I've actually started talking more about Fukushima. And that's something that, greetings to you, beloved Goddess Treya. Good to see you, Queen. Let me share the screen for this, because I don't know what I'm going to say. I wasn't planning on talking about this, but let me just share that YouTube makes sure they know how to tell me and every channel what you should talk about and what you shouldn't. But that hasn't changed me. Like you can see my views, especially when it comes to what obviously I never stop talking about, are very just small numbers when it should be far, far more. But this share right here, I don't mind talking about swirlers. I don't, it's just that it's sort of like slumming with the swirlers, which is going to be a share I do soon enough, where I'm like, they've already proven over, over, and over again that they're idiots, that they are absolute brainwash, self-hating idiots. It's like, how often am I going to go over idiots? When I do shares even about swirlers, it's to warn us because there are people out here who deliberately try to talk us into a just a passive malaise when it comes to these different incursions into our right to be a separate, set apart nation of people, a beautiful people. There's nothing hateful about it. And there are people out here who try to take advantage of our very good nature. That is who we are. We want to, we still, I think, to a certain extent, can't believe that the devil hates us like he does. It's like, me? I'm nice. Why you hate me like that? But he does. And so these folks will come in and try to take advantage of our good nature. And one of the methods is, sort of say, well, I'm not going to police somebody's bedroom. I ain't going into nobody's bedroom, but the commands in the Bible leave no doubt. Leave no doubt. First off, we have a right to call out abominations, be that homosexuality, right? Or just marrying other nations, not other tribes. That's a different thing altogether, but other nations, foreign nations. They're not supposed to do that. And there are those who want to swear, but the seed of the father, that's what matters. With the father's out of his daggone mind, bowing down to his enemy, then his seed is crazy too. And all these seeds, that's what happens. They're biracials and they really overwhelmingly don't like us. Right. And so this is how I know YouTube is like, oh, yeah, go out there, bash the black man, bash him. Right. And I wasn't bashing the black man. Anytime I speak on brothers or not brothers, I don't consider you brother if you're with a non-black woman. But when I speak on this, I speak on it from an individual, mental case basis. I don't speak on it. Ain't all the brothers on like this. Most black men don't want Becky. Unlike some of those very well-known operatives up here who have stated, confessed, they're here to destroy, come between the black man and the black woman. So I'm just saying that YouTube knows. They know what they want me to talk about. And I imagine that this was sort of a way of them. So, because this sucker started going up immediately. I was like, what? And in this whole share, I didn't mention Fukushima not once. Not once. That's how I know. That's what they want me to hover around. These are the ways they instruct any female or male person with a platform. Suddenly your channel or your share will just go through the roof and they hope that you're studying like, oh, what did I do there? What did I do? I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn because this was done a week ago and over a week ago. And what am I talking about? All the same stuff that they make sure this ain't going but to too many people. I have people come to me and say, they don't send me notifications for your channel. I'll get notifications on everything that they would know I'm not but sparingly interested in, right? But they never send me notifications for pro-Black us, right? Never, ever, ever. That doesn't happen, okay? But for stuff that is like, okay, can you listen to this? right? Then they'll send me that. They'll send me that notification. Right? And so when I think about, yeah, how they got rid of my channel, uh, that's how. That's why. It's because of Fukushima. It's because of what's happening. What happened to our good brother Dawa, Yisrael? Am I saying definitively it was the radiation? I never say that. But how is it with billions of sea creatures dead, starting on the West Coast, and they're bribing us with all kinds of reparations? Come on over to the West Coast. How is it these scientists never, ever, ever mention Fukushima? They'll say, oh, it's the plastic, but plastic is inert, right? Plastic doesn't disintegrate in the ocean and radiate out all over the place. These creatures are dying every daggone where. They didn't get the jab. And when I think of Brother Dawa, I don't think that was a brother who would have got the jab either. All right? I've been warning us for a very long time. And I am just regular folk. Right? But that's what anyone who comes with a singular warning, God dog it, I tried to get other people to talk about this, but no one has. And they've supported me talking about it. I'm so grateful to all those who have. But I wanted somebody to do that in-depth research. And so I didn't have to. Okay, I was being lazy, right? So my warning is singular, even though I'm just regular folk. That's the way he runs it. Okay? I'm not saying that anything about me because I know I'm so flawed. And I am praying to the Most High every day to help me walk closer to what he wants me to be. I pray every day so that I love you more. So I'm patient. I don't come here with my emotional response because I get angry with you because I want you to live and you don't hear me the way you need to hear me. Okay? So, woo! Okay, I don't want this to be a cry fest, all right? But, that's the way. I love that brother. Was he perfect either? Heck no. Heck no. I stopped watching his shares recently because I was just like, okay, I can't get into everybody's a tranny. I can't. I just can't. Okay, and with the Indian with the feathers and all the rest of it, and I didn't know where he was going necessarily with that. And my king has informed me so that now, yes, I do know. And we were here, but long before pink folks showed up. Was there still a slave trade, a transatlantic slave trade? Oh, the heck yeah. Yes, it was. But there was more to all. We've been everywhere. You wouldn't see all these other people in places if it weren't for the fact that we've been everywhere. Okay. So I wasn't, like Sister Lashid was saying, that, and what a beautiful life she did. It was just, that's what we need. We need honesty. We don't need, because we got to examine these things. We got to look at the details. And so she was saying that she had unsubscribed. I was still subscribed, but I was just waiting. I was like, okay, Brother Dawa, because that brother, I had no problems with that brother and what he was sharing, right? There's certain things where and I never heard him recommend going out with a pea shooter and harming anybody. If he did, I wouldn't agree with that, right? But when he was just letting us know homosexuality is wrong and that there's all kinds of folks up here who are compromised because they just are open vessels for impulse behavior, and that is where this devil will come in and Shanghai our whole disposition. He will turn our nature into one that is anti-Black us. Because I got family who are out their daggone minds, think that they're homosexual, and I know they're not, right? But they may never wake up from that delusion. They may never. All you are responsible for in this life is your own soul, doing the right thing individually. You can't blame your shortcomings on others, nor can you look at the shortcomings of others and then short yourself. Okay? And just say, well, I ain't gonna get any better until what's his face over there does better. I didn't want to do what the Bible says because the Black man wasn't doing what the Bible says, or as a Black man saying the same, only blaming the Black woman. What's that got to do with you as an individual? If the Most High intends a mate for you, when you get on a straight and upward narrow path, if he feels it is conducive, that's the other thing. Get out of this. It's all about me. No, it's about us. It's about this whole planet. He will do as he needs to do. Right? And so sometimes some of us, all throughout history, not just now, we didn't meet a significant other. I'm sorry about that. And I loved how Brother Dawa always opened his share saying, brother, get yourself a sister. Sister, get yourself a brother. Drop the other. Right? Sometimes you got to just accept it's not about me. It's about us. Be humble. Right? That's, one of the things I love about aging is because at a certain point in time, ain't nobody going to be wanting to look at little old lady me. People will be like, she's irrelevant. I know I always will be relevant, but you got your life to lead. That is such a wonderful, humbling experience. And death, too. I don't want to die. I ain't dying until I'm about 130, but I'm just saying. That is a moment when you know it's time for you to move on. It's time for you to step out and let this thing keep going. Hopefully you did something to make it better for everybody else. And you didn't just focus on yourself like you are the biggest of everything. You're not. Okay? And so let me greet anyone who's come on in here, and I'm so grateful for you. Peace, beloved. Again, let me start from the top. Sister Yafa Yisrael, Goddess Drea, Shakur, Peace, Garwin Wayne, General Mosquito, and come on down now. And Brother Nano John. Yeah, exactly, Brother Go. I love life. Life is just, what an extraordinary blessing. What an event this is. And the most valuable things there are, they're not the things that you can buy at a store. It's just these extraordinary sunrises, sunsets, a mountain, the trees, the insects, the birds, everything. It's just the incredible. Have you ever just taken quiet time to be in your home and don't play anything? Don't play music, don't play no TV, don't play anything. Just do your little chores and enjoy the silence. Go on vacation to your own soul. That's a beautiful thing, right? And when you're eating healthy, and yeah, we're going to go over it, but I'm just kind of mourning right now. When you're eating healthy, You're getting that exercise, you're getting that sunlight, and you're also putting your toxic relationships either on the other side of the planet because you're like, look, I can't deal with you. There's no healing here. Or you're learning how to not let that, because sometimes somebody that you can't avoid is right there. You're learning how to not let that toxicity push your buttons. Because there's people out there just want to see you get upset. They get a joy out of it. They have no other reason. They're just a bunch of friggin' psychopaths, sociopaths. They want to see you get upset. Right? Because they got nothing else. They got to believe. You got people out here who they cannot tolerate the thought that happiness is possible because they've made such a mess of their own lives. And so to see contented you, oh my goodness gracious, that just drives them crazy. Okay? So you do all these things, you become impervious to the programming that these dudes are setting out here right now, to drive everybody crazy. I was at the Step Kwanzaa celebration. Oh my goodness, that was just so much joy. And I was speaking with my good friend, sister that I know just as a good friend all the time, and a new sister that I met who I didn't know, she and her husband and the handsome little boy, baby, and her older son, and that she and her husband, they watch my shares. And once again, like I said, I run into people all the time. I'm like, what? How do they know me? Right? That's not what's important to me, but I'm still getting that warning out's important to me. And so she was talking about the school system and how they just got it in the standards, what to teach. They're going to teach everything alphabet city. All right. And the craziness of it, where she was saying in the library, literally, they have books where you could find out about every kind of perverted, sexual act in the public library. And it's making a lot of people crazy because they're seeing all sorts of stuff that just doesn't make sense to them. I've been making sense of it for over a decade because I understood Fukushima. I understood man-made radiation. And because of just the might of giants who were here long before me, teaching about the devil, I understand the devil. And so I knew I didn't expect it to be this difficult to get the warning out about man-made radiation. Yeah, but I knew in order to keep hiding it, they're going to have to make everything crazier and crazier. I mean, there's stuff going on, and notice it's going on all in the headlines, right? I was like, they're going to have to. And I predicted it years and years back before even the lockdowns. I predicted they're going to have to do something crazy. I didn't think they'd go that crazy, but they have no choice. Trust, they're going to get crazier. They have no choice because they have to hide the fact that they're shipping radiation directly to Black you and me in Africa through the donated rice from Japan. Right? I don't have to share my screen right now. But then again, I'm going to show you some other stuff anyway. Through the radioactive rice, Japan, cheapest nation on the planet, even though, they have had a recession forever now. And that's because they thought that they were independent. They thought that they're the rising sun nation and they could control their own destiny. Hell no, they can't. Right? Not with the devil in charge, not with everybody worshiping white people. Right? And so they're shipping metric tons, hundreds of metric tons of rice. I know it's grown right in Fukushima because what the hell else were they going to do with that stuff? Okay? Shipping it to Africa. There were mutations that I saw on, what was the channel that I really appreciate? Aframax English. Although they changed the narrative of what they share. And I think that's because generally they're trying to infiltrate Africa with the idea that perversions are normal. And so there's certain little things I'll notice where I'm like, oh, I see where you're going with that. African man surprise or Nigerian man surprisingly marries his grandma. I'm like, what? What? You know better than to put something like that up, but there they go. Right? So they were posting photos of just horrific mutations that only radiation causes. Only. And these were new things in Africa, new things. I said, this shipping radiation, they've been shipping it there forever because they did tests over here, St. Louis, Pruitt-Igoe. In my book, This Black Nation, I did a section that I'm like, it's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful just portrayal of what they've done, where they were spraying this giant housing complex with radiation, right? They called us human products, right? And so that's the radioactive rice. And that I found out about because I was like, why doesn't anybody want us to talk with other Black people all around the country? Suddenly, just like the CIA advised, we're going to make sure we keep these different tribes of Black people combative against each other. Like, is it we're enemies? No, we're not. How could we be doing anything worse than what the devil does to us? So that's how I found out about the races. I went to Haiti and I said, oh, look at that. They're getting free rice. From where? Japan. Right? And then Brother Dark Matter let me know the first nuclear test bomb was dropped on Black men. And then they had the nerve to blame those Black men for that by swearing it was a mutiny. Have you ever seen the like anywhere ever again? Black men don't just mutiny against the United States military, right? And so I was like, when I looked at the devastation in Port Chicago, I said, that wasn't just some regular blast. That was a nuclear bomb. Right? And then slowly, just how they're pushing CMOS on us. I'm like, damn, did Brother Dawa, was he consuming CMOS? Because Brother, I've got so many names swirling through my head. Brother, he just contacted me, but I'm forgetting his name. But, I know, I could find his comment right here in the community because he left right here. And I'm sorry that for a moment there, brother, your name is drawing. Dason. Glad I remembered it before I even got there. Brother Dason left a comment that he had been talking with Brother Dawa and that he went to a naturopathic doctor. And the doctor told him that he had to get that tumor removed. And if he didn't, he wouldn't live any longer. But Brother Dawa was willing to take the chance. Would this be a brother who would just like get a jab? For anybody out there, it's like, was it the jab? Though I didn't see too many people saying that because we kind of know what our brother was about. He'd be the last one to submit to the devil and his mark of the beast. I don't care how they would be threatening him. Okay? And so he didn't even go for the surgery. And I don't know what naturopathic doctor he was going to, but without a doubt, you could be at stage 4, terminal cancer, and you can cure it. You can cure it, right? I am not a licensed physician. That's okay, Brother Yapo. It's good to see you. It surely is. I'm not a licensed physician by these devils, but I did a whole share that I highly recommend at this point in time because I'm so focused on what will save us. Every share, I don't know. I guess all that praying, the Most High is just like, okay, you're really about it now. You're not just joking. You're not concerned with popularity. You want some place for. I'm not speaking from the Most High's voice, but I'm just saying he's like, okay, she's all right because she's not looking just to be popular. So maybe he just made it easier for me to speak better because I'm not one of the best speakers up here. But lately I'm like doing my shares. I'm like, that was all right. You did all right there. You helped our people. What? What a blessing. What a blessing to be of service to you. Okay? So, yeah, brother Nano John, the CMOS peddling is off the charts. And I noticed just as they silenced terminated, they ain't silenced, they terminated my channels. That's when all this push to make nuclear king again got started, where they got I can't remember, Oliver Stone doing a documentary about nuclear, trying to make it seem like, oh, it's so wonderful. When I saw that, I said, Oliver Stone's a straight up agent, straight up operative, where they'll do that. They'll just allow operatives to tell certain truths because the devil's got to keep you distracted. And then just at the right moment, when that margin is called on all the operatives, that's when they flip the script. And they're suddenly the most placating to the worst the devil has to offer, right? So they got Oliver Stone out there doing a documentary, and they're also going to offer a documentary talking about Oppenheimer. You think? You think Oppenheimer's gonna just be shown for the friggin' serial mass genocider he is or was? Heck no. I'll show you hopefully I remember. I'll show you the meme with the quote from Oppenheimer so you know when it comes to that CMOS, that was planned. That was planned. I'm not saying Dr. Sebi was planning it. Okay? I'm just saying he could have been 100% legitimate in believing what he believed about CMOS, but that was then. That was then. Right? He didn't study man-made radiation. He didn't study it. So if you're going by Dr. Sebi, you got to snap out of your blind loyalty where you don't ask questions. I don't think any of our great ancestors wanted us to just follow them blindly, and it means we rush to the grave. That's not what Dr. Sebi would have wanted. Okay? So I know a lot of us, we love him, we like everything he said is sacrosanct. Please, that's why I put in my book, Furnace of Affliction, heaven forbid anybody just follows what I say and doesn't improve upon it. If you find something to add to it, make sure you do that research and you want to improve upon it, do you, boo? Go ahead. Right? Whether I'm here or not, you got to take the reins of your own health. Right? So that reminds, and I got so much to share. So, and this might be a long one. I'm not putting a time frame on this one. Let's see. Okay, let me go on over to the things that I wanted to share on this page right here, and I'm on my laptop, and then I'm going to go on over to my desktop. Let's see now. Right here. Let's see. Oh, I can use this. Just for the people who were wondering if it were true, Sister Lashid was wondering if this was true, and yes, it is. Brother Dawa has passed. He was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. I don't know which kind. It could have been lung cancer, right? I don't know if he smoked Marijuana, I understand that's supposed to be, derogatory term name for cannabis. He looked like he did, but I don't know. Maybe he didn't. We burn sage in our own house, and when you watch his videos, he always have the smoke going over the beautiful scene he had of Africa and the sisters. Uh, and so I don't know. Maybe he did or he didn't. So maybe it was a lung cancer because quiet as is kept, smoking anything is going to irritate your lungs. You need to give it up. And it's also going to interfere with your ability to emotionally mature so that whatever happens, when you get stressed out, you have non-caustic measures to heal yourself. Now, when it comes to pain management, the cannabinoid oil, that's the active pain remedy that you actually find more predominant in hemp, not in those varieties that have a lot of THC. THC, I understand, has a small measure of pain relief, but that's mostly just because you're getting high off of it. And so you're not really thinking about the pain you got. But it's the cannabinoid oil. If you want to get pot, you best get it from someplace that's growing it indoors, and all their water, they're not only filtering it for radiation, they're filtering it even for tritium, because cannabis is on this entire planet the number one phytoremediator. That means it takes in all energy, which means it's sucking up radiation. It's the number one bioaccumulator of radiation on the entire planet. They use it at Chernobyl to lower the radiation level. Okay, how do I know these things? What am I making this stuff up? Let me stop. I don't need to really read the memorial. Okay. All right. This is just one book. This book is fire. Oh my God. I don't think too many people are going to really just, be in the mood to go through this book. But I just want to show you all the tabs that I have, because I literally read this stuff. Okay. For me, I don't even watch Western movies anymore because them suckers are so freaking dull. Okay. So this is just one book, right? I got so many, and I don't even know how many I've already read, but I can't wait to read them all. Okay. Because this is about us. This is not just about some far off Ruskies. And I don't mean that as derogatory, right? This is Chernobyl even went everywhere. But Fukushima has been, I would say, about 1,000 Chernobyls, and it hasn't stopped. That's why they can't stop it. It's not stopping, because literally Chernobyl hasn't stopped either. But they could put a sarcophagus over it, even though sooner or later it just may explode. I know when it comes to the war in Ukraine, it all has to do with this sucker. Not the book, the event. Okay? Somehow or another, it all goes back to that. Even Zaporizhzhia, there's another nuclear power plant that they're just like, oh, it's going to be this. And Putin up there saying, we're going to drop a nuclear bomb. They don't need to drop no daggone bombs. It's the radiation. That's why I say when people say this is a ritual murders happen. Kobe was a ritual murder. All right. Oh, I got to put on my, there we go. My power, because my is this plugged in? I guess it is. Yes, it is. Okay. Kobe was a ritual murder, but they don't have to ritual murder anybody anymore. Okay. And when people think that, oh, it's a ritual murder in terms of, they gave him the cancer. No. Right? Brother Dawa as important as he was to us, he's just like small beans compared to what these devils don't want you to know about. And I don't mean that as an insult. I don't mean that as a diminishment of who he was for us. Okay? I just mean that in terms of, they when they needed to, they take his channel down, and we don't have anything to be a substitute for that. Okay? And so it's not about them. And then, yeah, they give him cancer? You're daggone tootin' right they did. You're daggone tootin' right, all right? And one of the things I've just come across in this The Crime of Chernobyl book, and I thank the gentleman who wrote it, Vladimir Cherkov, very strange, difficult name to say without laughing, is he is documenting how, when it came to Chernobyl, they found out that apopectin reduce the level of radiation in the children in the most affected areas by 50 to upwards of 75% in their bodies. Then they also found out that when they sent them someplace else so that they were eating far less radioactive food, their illnesses dissipated. Because these children, oh my goodness gracious, what they hide. It just dissipated. So I'm saying that so when I give you remedies, it's not because I'm blowing smoke up your ass. Forgive me for the cuss word, but sometimes I just gotta let it go. Okay? I am not blowing smoke up your behind. I've been looking at this in depth for over 10 years. That's something that I was just like, and the anti-nukers, I was like, why aren't they talking about? Some of them do every now and then. I don't want to, undervalue that, but they're so into the, Chicken Little with the sky falling down type of, people will call me a fearmonger. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Right? If you're in a burning building, is the firefighter a fearmonger? Oh, no, I want to burn to death because you're just trying to make me scared. We're supposed to fight the devil, not capitulate. Okay? So when it comes to is this another ritual murder, acknowledging that there are definitely ritual murders, I don't think so, other than they're now shipping, and I meant to say this, the FDA is allowing every single food from Fukushima into the U.S. food stream. It's already here. The radiation from Fukushima was already on our plates, but probably in lesser degrees. Now they're just shipping the stuff that was grown right in the soil, that according to Mainichi News, which is like the friggin' Wall Street Journal, Wall Street Journal of Japan, they found that it's just as radioactive as it was before. In Fukushima, they won't allow the residents to grow hemp or marijuana or whatever, cannabis in the soil to reduce the rates. They just, dug it up. But even with digging it up and putting it in 1-ton bags that are just, they're everywhere, they didn't reduce the levels. So that food's coming right to us. It's being used as ingredients. They don't have to, when you get a product off the shelf, they don't have to say where the ingredients came from. They'll list the ingredients. I have to tell you where it came from. And so with Brother Dawa, I don't know if he was imbibing cannabis owing to the fact that it absorbs massive quantities of radiation. When I looked at them legalizing it all over the daggone place, I said, yeah. That's deliberate. That's not just because they got a sense about themselves that you're a grown-up. Really? Then what would the lockdowns for if we're all grown-ups? And we could handle washing our hands and eating healthy so that I ain't getting nothing. I made fun of the whole pathogen bullcrap of it. Me and my king, we've been good, right? Ain't no jabbing going on in this house, not ever. Okay? So if we're grown-ups, then how come they didn't think we were then? But when it comes to suddenly we can make our own choices. No, that's a plan. When you look at the devil, right? This ain't no conspiracy theory, it's conspired facts. Right? They got RICO laws out there for other people who are accused of conspiracy. Right? They go to jail. But these dudes who are the head of this hell don't conspire. Really? I have absolutely no problem saying, the facts are the facts. Right? So what pains me is that a lot of us are very easily manipulated because we don't trust our own right to see the facts and then to decisively move up from that. And let me go on over to my other computer. And first, let me greet everyone who's come on in that I didn't. So peace to you, beloved brother. Oh, wait, I don't know if you're, well, you said hero, so I'm going to go with, colon cancer. You eating that radiation. That's one of the primary spots where you're going to accumulate massive amounts of radiation. All right. But there are ways. I put them in here, and I'm going to plan a Zoom class, a pay to participate Zoom class, because I need funding to test our food to see what's radioactive, what's not, right? Or what's less radioactive. Because just like the children in Chernobyl, we can get that sucker out. All right? We can get out. The wonderful thing about the apopectin is that it did not interfere with any other vitamin supplementation or necessary minerals that were in the children's bodies. That's why they recommended it so highly for the children. But there are so many other things that as grown-ups we can use 100%. And so that's what I'm here for, to let you know. You don't have to go out like that. Right? Sister Lashid, I mean, this shook her, I could tell. Where she's like, I need to get better. These are the last days. Well, for all of us. And she wonders, she's like, the way he was, he seemed like the type of brother who would be vegetarian at the, most, vegan, possibly. That's not enough. Right? She made note that he wasn't overweight. He didn't look like he was unhealthy. His skin was he had that wonderful melanin glow. You see dark circles under his eyes or any of that stuff. Right? And so she said, there he was. He wasn't even fat. He wasn't overweight. And he's gone. If you are not specifically targeting the man-made radioactive nuclides, it's just a matter of time. Rosalie Bertelli, a nuclear physicist, said, when it comes to radiation, which is deadly on a one-atom basis, the question should not be, will it hurt me, but when? Okay? So that's what I'm going to have the Zoom pay-per-view for, or to participate. So I'll give you everything. We'll be there for, 3 hours or whatever. But this way, I can slowly build up to getting a spectrogram, not a parts per million meter. That's not going to identify any radiation whatsoever. And a lot of these dudes with the CMOS, that's what they peddle. And because Sister Lashid brought it up, I wasn't mad at the Minister of Wellness. I wasn't trying to go after him. I was in the video I did that was taken down. I have it there, but it's not on YouTube. I was simply warning him, letting him know what I know. But I don't know what his his motivation is, but he came out attacking me over stupid stuff, saying, oh, she just overweight anyway. She got a big mouth. I was being nice to him. I wasn't being mean. I don't expect when I go to different platforms, I've already been up here for over 10 years. I know most of them are going to ignore me, minimize what I do, or out and out cuss me out like many of them did. You could try it yourself. Start a, second shadow account, ghost account, and go up and say, you got to do this and check out this radiation. Don't mention me at all, right? Trust and believe. The crickets will be deafening. Okay. So, let's see. Let's go to new. Peace, beloved Sister Dolly and Brother Jay Smooth. Good to see you. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Mm. Okay. I like that brother. I liked him a lot. I liked his warrior spirit. How, whether I agreed with everything he said, he wasn't fearful. He said what needed to be said, and he said it so well. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to stop so that you'll hear me and you'll take me seriously. All right. So let me just check to make sure I don't have anything that I thought I had over here. I'm not going to share that unless. Oh, yeah, I do want to share this. So let me come on over and share my screen because I wanted just to let you know what they're doing behind everybody's backs. And we're so busy with the distractions that are deliberate in my full estimation. And we don't know. All right. So this, I had just shared that the Inuit people are suddenly having a like 50% increase in their, they said lung cancer rates, but that's all that they would depict because that's easy to explain away. It's easy to explain away. And which they did in the article. They said, oh, it's because they smoke cigarettes. When haven't they smoked cigarettes? I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at the devil. Okay? When haven't they smoked cigarettes? That's not a drastic change, but this change has happened since Fukushima. The death of all the salmon, the extinction of the snow crabs and the starfish. All that happened since Fukushima. It ain't no daggone plastic like Cynthia G once tried to say years and years back. No, I don't forget this stuff. There's lots of folks I'm not even going to mention, but I don't forget you. Okay? So, Senate passes Sullivan-Murkowski Alaska Salmon Research Task Force Act. Doesn't that sound just like white people speak for, oh, damn, we in trouble. Okay? So this sucker, I think, is going to, they're also allocating like, I think $350 million because all those salmon fisheries, they ain't catching nothing anymore. Because the daggone place looks like Mars. What, the salmon go to get the jab? No, they didn't. Right? Another reason they probably got rid of my channel was because I would just, even during the heaviest of the censorship, I would post memes showing all the dead creatures. Yeah, but it wasn't to help the devil. I was just saying, what, did all these herring, did they go and get the jab? No, they didn't. No, they didn't. But they did. They ain't coming back. You can't kill a whole species several times. Just once will do it. And so for us, Black us, you know they're targeting us. Because Brother Malcolm Black, we know him as Black Up in Yatu and also Mad Black. I posted that I would be doing this live. And he said, I've noticed lately all the Black men who are dying at crazily, he didn't say crazily, I'm just exaggerating at this point or paraphrasing, how many are dying from cancer. And Brother Yapo had mentioned how he knows Dr. Ernest Sternglass's name and he doesn't even have to look it up, where I showed that he proved the U.S. federal milk program was used to target radioactive milk to the Black communities specifically. They said Blacks and Hispanics, but no, the Hispanics weren't staying. Those were just Dominicans and, whomever was the latest immigrant. They were doing beelines to get away from us. That was Black communities they were targeting. What you think they're doing with that Fukushima food? What you think they're doing with the CMOS, which absorbs 10,000 times the radiation that you will find in the surrounding water? And it's crazy that me warning us about a genocide, they terminate all my channels. Who did I ever say, oh, we need to hurt that one? You can't make a little fun about the death of a tyrant? That's crazy. And you take down every single channel? No, that's because they want the genocide to happen. My videos, watch every single one, all the way through. Share them with your friends. Download them on thumbnails because I didn't want it to be that way, but unfortunately, it's historic. It's historic. I don't want it to be that way. That sounds crazy to me. Okay? I'm just saying, look at these dudes. Look at what they're doing, right? And so they're just like the salmon are the lifeblood of Alaska's economy, history, and subsistence way of life. In some regions, we are unfortunately not only seeing a decline in salmon runs, but stock crashes that are devastating the local economies, as well as the culture and spirit of those who call Alaska home. You're daggone right. They've been saying, I saw, was it National Geographic? Oh no, NPR did a headline, because these devils are incredible, where they were trying to make fun of the Inuit people by saying ancient harvesting, ancient food gathering practices are, threatened or in danger of going away. And they were trying to make it sound like getting your sustenance is an ancient practice. Since when is eating food an ancient practice? Because when they would go out, now when they go out crabbing, there's no more crab. There's no more shellfish. It was specifically shellfish. They're not there anymore. Since when is starvation an ancient, possibility if you don't eat? So the Inuit people, I know right now, they are being obliterated by radiation because Fukushima did a beeline for the British Columbia coast. Right? And all those areas up there, because that's where that Kuroshi current goes. Okay? But it didn't stop there. Don't hear what I'm saying now and then just dismiss everything else, because it goes up in the rain and it comes down. That's why our weather is so freaking wacky. Because that tritium is hot water, radioactive water. It's melting the polar ice caps. Some things, forgive me, I repeat them because they need repeating. When you put ice cubes in a glass of water, it makes the water colder, but it doesn't make the ice cubes colder. So those ice sheets are melting. They're raising the sea levels and they're creating a vortex, just like when you're stirring something up in a glass, making a vortex of cold winds all over the planet. And because it's hot, it's drying up regions of the planet like you've never seen before. Rivers, lakes, right? And in other places, because the snow from the mountain caps is melting away, they're being deluged. Okay. So yeah, let me go on over. This was all that I wanted to share over here. Let's see now. Let's do this and stop that. And now I'm going to mute this. Okay. All right. I'm back. Now, let me get the live stream over here. Okay, let's see now. What can I do right there? Right. Oh, there we go. And here we go. All right. Mute it. And pop out the chat. All right. Now let me share the screen. This screen. Okay. Wait. Oh, I got the wrong thing. Let's see now. Wait. Select the tab. Chrome. Okay. All right. Oh, nope. Let's not do that. Oh, why is it doing all of this? Oh, there we go. That's what I want. Entire screen. Thank you. Okay, is that going to happen? I don't see anything happening. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right. Goody. Took a while. It's going a little slow, my system over here. So let me go and get the data. I don't know what the heck I have up here, if it's of any relevance. Everything. Okay, I wanted to do something about that. Oh, this is just crazy how they're trying to get everybody to just have an expectation of being sick like it's normal. No, one of the things I've realized in the outstanding health that both myself and my king enjoy every single day, waking up every single day feeling revitalized and potent. You never get sick of being well. You get sick of being sick. And hopefully it'll make you strive to better healing and better habits. But it's absolutely astounding. All right. And so this average person gets ill 3 times a year. I realize that's your first indicator that you are in danger of cancer. And radiation doesn't just cause cancer, it causes over 3,000 what they call autoimmune dysfunctions. It's not that it's a dysfunction, it's your body. Your body is trying its best to let you know, I got a problem here. Your first sign that it's got a problem is just little things, sniffles, there's persistent coughs, because your body's trying to expel the toxins that you're slathering it with. And there's so many methods to help your body do that before your body takes control itself. And when you are slathered by, runny noses, that's not just one runny nose, it's everything on the inside. When you have even, like they're recommending scraping your tongue. When you have something to scrape off your tongue,
That white coating doesn't just stop at your tongue. It's going all the way down. It's inside your veins and arteries. Okay? It's lining the inside of your gut so you're not absorbing full nutrition. Okay? So this crap, this is white people medicine where they study the sick because they want to exploit them, get money off of them. They don't want to cure people. That's not what their setup is for. And so that's why they focus on all of this, and they want you to just get acclimated to the idea you're just supposed to be sick all the time. That's what I was until I got well. And I was like, oh my goodness, is this what life is like without getting sick? How about getting sick once every 5 years? Which would, I mean, I don't know anybody who's taken pictures of the delightful time they had throwing up in the toilet. Okay? You don't have to be doing that. I remember I used to just think it was normal for me to always just get food poisoning. No, it's not. It's your body saying you got too much crap coming on up in here, and I'm tired of it because our melanin is hyper absorbent and it wants to get those toxins out of there just as the function of blackness. It's not the absence of color, it's the absorption of all color. That is how potent our melanin is. So it's taking in all. That's why we'll get sicker faster than the white people, because they ain't got melanocytes like we do. Hey, theirs is like hunkered down in a cell trying to hang on for dear life. And at the age of 50, it just gives up the ghost, starts turning in the liver spots, and the wrinkles just, woo, they're on fire. Okay? But that melanin in us, it's going to let you know what the hell are you doing? Right? So don't believe these folks out here. I almost said Nabisco or something like that, but I can't say that, so I didn't say that. Let's see. No, thank you. Let's see. Stop lying. They're so crazy. Now all of a sudden they care. That's because so many of us are telling the truth. Okay? They have to maintain some sort of authority because they're losing it quickly. Don't nobody want to watch their shows, their TV, their this, their that, whatever the heck. Okay, what was this? Oh, this is going to be another. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Right? So many, so many. I'm not going to go over all of us who've transitioned. Oh, this was funny. I won't go over that, but yeah, I was really delighted. My king called it on the Bitcoin, and so many of us were just like pushing this stuff. This is the devil stuff. We got to be in charge of our own stuff, so it's not based on just taking advantage of people. I'll do a menopause thing. Oh yeah, okay. Toxic algae that is killing fish in Florida. Where'd the toxic algae come from? What caused it? The BP oil spill at this point in time? Right? Oil is going to separate from water. That's the way it goes. Yes, they used a very horrifying, the Corexit stuff to clean it up. But even that, in studying man-made radiation, and you'd have to study it like I have to doubt what I'm telling you, there is no other substance on the earth that comes within galaxies of how destructive man-made radiation is. And it goes to places that have a lot of water around them, and Florida surely has. It goes to places like Michigan, which is on the daggone Great Lakes, where Brother Dawa lived. Okay? So there we go. That's that for over there. Let me come on over to here. And I think I might be finishing up soon enough. Why are you acting funny like that? I don't know. Let's see now. Okay. All right. Well, I still got the tabs up here, so that's good. I don't know why this is yellow like that. Okay. Yeah, I guess I've already gone over this. I would just wanted to show that, yes, it's true, unfortunately. And this picture, I find him, he was an imposing brother, without a doubt. Okay. And that is the might of the black man. That's why they can't stand you so much. Okay. And yeah, that's that. Now, what did I have over here? Oh, yes. Oh, I know what I wanted to do with this right here. uh, the Catholic Church, the Pope, just came out recently saying what I'm like, yeah, we all know about this, okay? End of the world as Pope knows it. France's latest remarks stir prophetic interest. Get the hell out of here. This ain't no prophecy that's coming from this friggin' devil, okay? He's just saying what radiation does, but he's saying it in a obscure way so people will still keep their faith in the friggin' Catholic devil church. Okay, what did he say? He said he sees still greater omens of greater destruction and desolation in the world and called on people to put aside selfishness, indifference, and antagonism. No, he don't mean that. Okay, he means in terms of if you're gonna lie on our behalf, go right ahead. Okay, because this dude is lying. He lying. He knows what's going on. And another thing that he said is America, what did he say? I want the direct quote itself. Oh, America has a distorted vision of the world. America is the world, okay? It's the same distorted vision in friggin' Vatican City. Even worse, you guys with the Carmelite nuns, woo, scary, scary, scary. Right? And I've heard about Catholic church rented luxury apartments where the neighbors complain because they hear demonic screams coming from within and things that sound like orgies. Okay? So he said that they need to be ruled by a world government as soon as possible for their own good. You know what? I think the Pope watches my videos. I'm just saying. I don't know if he does or he doesn't, but I think that Kissinger does. Okay? Really, for real. Because I put the warnings he placed publicly to all world leaders to get this friggin' psyop on. And I had that right on up there in my Fukushima playlist. I kept it right in there. So if you came in, you could see it hopefully right away. Right? And yeah, the channel's gone. And there they are promoting nuclear, which, by the way, nuclear is in trouble. The nuclear industry is in trouble. That's why they're trying to push nuclear fusion, which, when I did the research, I found out is just as bad as nuclear fission, but it's different. Okay. And so, yeah, I'm like, what? How in the world could the Pope be anybody's friend when right before the lockdowns got started, they placed a statue of Moloch in front of the Roman Colosseum, the place they used to sacrifice the Christians? They ain't going to be sacrificed. No, there ain't no Christians following the Catholic Church or any white control, white Jesus religion. Okay? What they want to stop is black us. That's it, period. So that's what this is about. This is their desperation. That's why he's out there saying and trying to make it look like it's a prophecy. He's out there saying, oh, the United States needs to be ruled by one world government. Why? Because we're here. We're here. We're more powerful than all these nations with their nuclear bombs. The truth is the ultimate weapon against evil, and you don't have to hurt anybody. As a matter of fact, you can offer grace and forgiveness by showing that that's what the Most High said he's about. If you truly repent, he's the most merciful. The most merciful. Devil don't want that. Okay? He wants every single measure of control that he can wield. Where's the one place where you're going to find out about Fukushima fallout? Right here. Right here. In New Jersey. Okay? So I was like, get the hell out of here, Mr. Pope. You just full of crap. Okay, so I think I got it all, family. I said everything I need to say. Let me come on over and I'll find out if this was still working. Let's see. Oh, there it goes, right there. Okay, and let me greet everyone who's come on through. that I missed last time. Beloved sister, Jai Africa, Andrea Lay. How you doing, Queen? It's good to see you. And let's see. That's it. Okay. So if anybody has any questions, you can ask right now. And right, brother Yapa, the creator is merciful. Exactly. If it was up to me and you, I would be like, like if you suddenly find a bunch of bugs crawling on your skin, you'd be like, oh my God, get these things off. Right? Not that I understand. It was an amazing blessing and a mercy from him to take harming anybody off of our hands. He said, vengeance is his. And I just also want to emphasize for everybody, if you think I'm harsh, you are in trouble because the Most High ain't making a daggone compromise with evil, right? Ain't gonna be no as above, so below with him. Okay. Other than that, he's gonna burn out everything that's below. That's evil, right? Ain't gonna be nothing but good going on up in here because he made existence with truth. He didn't make it with lies. He didn't make it with tricks, treachery. Okay? He just allowed a temporary ruler so that we, in our good nature, could snap the hell out of it. Okay? And so, yeah. All right. I think I said all I need to say, family. Oh, let's go over first. Go buy. I don't know. You may have, but if you haven't, go buy Brother Yapo Yapa's book, Melanin. Brother, if you could put your book in the chat room so people, because this brother, he even dedicated a little section to me. And he started the book out just based on the truth about Fukushima and the radiation. And then he just has a whole lot of fun speculating. That's what he calls it, black speculative fiction. What if the devil suddenly had to become the people that he hates the most? Right? You go read the book and you'll find out the rest of it because it's excellent. Excellent. Right? And Sister Angela Riley, his queen, she wrote a book called I Declare Love. She writes beautiful Black love books. And Brother Yapa was wonderful because he pleaded with me and to keep writing because he's been trying to find, he's got that hunger now. It's like, oh, I'm done with the movies. They're going to do nothing but insult us. And so he's been reading other Black love books. And he said, it's awful stuff. It's all about just, get your sex on. It's the same, just in Hella Weird. There are rules that they could never depict us in the warm, massively loving towards Black man, towards Black woman way that is our way, right? Because they couldn't have this stupid gender war if they didn't build up in Black women's heads and Black men's heads that, oh, all Black women are masculine. What? Do you get out so you can see how gorgeous so many sisters are? And I mean, what state are you in that you deserve one of those sisters? And I'm not just talking about what you look like. Who are you? Okay, really ask yourself that question. And so they got all this stuff. And so Brother Yapo was just horrified that these books are not what we deserve. And so I don't want to say, he literally, he was like, you got to keep writing. You got to keep writing. And so, oh yeah, right? With that, I definitely will. I'll start in the springtime because I got to get the soap out because I got to build up capital, right? And I need to do that right away. And plus, springtime is just such a rejuvenating time. For me, that's the new year. Even though, oh my goodness, don't let me forget my king. Oh, thank you, Brother Yapo. Oh my goodness, I was just about to forget my king. And oh, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Here's his tab. I got him front and center now. It makes absolutely no sense why any of us would not be availing ourselves of true healing. I mean, whoa. I've been participating in my King's free healing classes. I mean, these are classes. This isn't a lecture because he prefers everybody participate at the same time. And so these classes, I estimate, would have healed our good brother Dawa Yisrael, without a doubt, because there are many ways that we don't even know we're weakening our melanic constitutions. And so that, like I said, that melanin, it absorbs everything. And then because it's trying to work on your behalf, it's going to try to get rid of them daggone toxins. Right? So my king has been teaching precisely how you can get that stuff out. You don't have to pay a dime for the moment, right? Because he ain't no fool. He knows when you got this much knowledge, you go to a Western trained doctor who's going to kill you, you're going to pay, and you're going to be grateful more than likely. Okay? But for the moment, come on over and get that healing. Human Health and Healing, New Year's edition. Okay? You just, and it's so beautiful because we can be ourselves there. Right? That's a wonderful thing where Zoom is where the content creator pays for the service. It's not just broadcast all over the place. So we could be ourselves there. And you know what? You'd be surprised to find out we're exactly the same way that we are over here, only we could give more information. You don't go there and we're just like, insult this, insult that. A couple of Nabiscos are thrown in liberally. Can't help that. Right? But we're just good people. And I mean all of us, not just me and my king. Right? So this is just, I'm just like announcing this. 11 a.m. Sunday, I expect to see 20 more people just from listening to this right up front and center, because I know more of us are ailing than are not. And as Sister Lashid said, this is not the time anymore. This ain't the time to be playing games. This is the age of warriors. I've been saying that for over 10 years. Okay? All right. So I'm going to put the link to my kid. Well, you know what? I could just put in there 25,000 year cycle.net. And you go on over, you scroll down, and there you find it. You go up to the menu bar, and you'll find his blog. You'll find his list of foods that it's not because it's his opinion. It's the studies that he and others in ARNA have painstakingly done to discover these things are nitrogen fixating foods and they're no good for melanin. You ever, like broccoli, full of nitrogen. You ever had old broccoli sitting in your garbage can and it putrefies? It's funky. That sort of stuff increases bacteria, bad bacteria. Okay? And so there's all sorts of things we can eat. Don't freak out. Oh my God, what am I going to be able to eat? Because sometimes people don't want to participate in what's going to help you go higher, because then you feel like, oh no, now I have no more excuses. That was one of the things about his class that was just, and I live with the man every day. But that class, it was so empowering, it was so revitalizing. When it was done, I was so inspired. Everybody there also was saying the same thing. That's that sun. That's that son of the black man. When he's in his sane mind, he brings life, and more abundantly. Right? It's just a fact. It's not exaggeration. It's not because I love that man like nobody's business. It's just what is. Okay? So I'll see you on Sunday. I'll be back on here again, because something will happen. I got to talk about Michelle and stay away from menopausal Michelle. Okay. That's all I need to warn you about. I'm going to break it down as far as that all goes, because I don't know what the hell she's talking about. But they're on some Western medication lunacy about what menopause is supposed to be. My menopause has been phenomenal. I haven't had any of the things that they made me dread. I was like, oh my God, I'm going through menopause and I'm gonna lose my mind. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I got stronger. I feel phenomenal. Okay. And so I'm just saying, when you see these people and they're putting out the propaganda, that's just so they could keep you on the dole, keep you running to these devil doctors, getting their medications, and not taking care of what's causing you the problem in the first place. I love you. Also on my King's channel, go to Ajali Shabazz, and that's where you find all my books. And shortly, I in the apothecary, I don't know what section it'll put it, you'll also find my soaps. I'm going to have 3 soaps, the 2 that were stable, necessary, the Sil Bar and the new black soap, which is just filled with mighty carbon, right? Organic, what do they call it? Activated charcoal, that when you use it, it absorbs radiation. It's incredible. But I'm also adding a refeminizing beauty bar for us sisters, so that even the name of it makes you understand the power of being a natural woman, of being feminine, of submitting to the natural order of life, so you're not bringing Shaft home and trying to turn him into Urkel. So he feels obliged to jump through some feminism hoops. Right? That's a man who's got trouble, right? So it's called Nzinga, and it is going to have calendula, which brings a radiant glow to your skin, according to reports, and also rosemary, which will also oxygenate your skin. Okay, according to reports. That's going to be all up in there, because when I put stuff together, I put it together for real as best I can. Okay. All right. I love your family. I'll see you next time. What'd you say, Brother John? By the way, I got news on the weekend of my neighbor. Oh, man, who died suddenly from a heart condition. And this happened a month ago. Ashe. And thank you. I'm glad I read that, because I don't want to leave this without saying Ashe to our fallen brother Dawa. My sincere condolences to his family. And also my Ashe to your neighbor, Brother Nano John. I don't want to say Ashe to nobody else, okay? So I'll see you this Sunday. I love you. Straight black family pride, always. And we will leave all these devils choking on our dust. Peace and blessings.